Ayun, English na naman. Good morning po sa inyong lahat.
Magandang tanghali po.
Magandang gabi po sa lahat ng mga viewers ng Pinoy After Hours. We know that there are lots of Filipinos who are applying for one position. So how are you going to highlight your skills and how are you going to stand out amongst the rest?
Siyempre, may mga kababayan tayo, marami dyan ang naghahanap ng trabaho. Malaking bagay pala at impact kung mapaganda ninyo ang inyong CV. Kaya nasa episode po ngayon ang mga kasagutan.
At malalaman po natin yan. And your story is our story. Help us inspire and entertain you. Trabaho, trabaho, trabaho. Isa sa pinakamalaking dahilan bakit andito tayo ngayon sa gitnang silangan. Gusto nating matupad ang pangarap natin noong bata pa, ang maging successful at matulungan ang ating pamilya. At isa sa options natin, of course, ang mangibang bansa. First step is the hardest, kumbaga. Kaya pag-usapan at planuhin natin kung paano ang paggawa ng tamang CV. Ang CV ang masasabing pinakamahalagang dokumento sa job search process natin. So ano nga ba ang mga dapat gawin ng ating mga Pinoy expats para magawa to ng tama? We have invited guests, of course, from the Human Resource Department. And I'll start that with a regional HR manager of one of the international law firms here in the UAE, the fourth president of Phil HR, and a managing partner of Penta Global HR Solutions, and entrepreneur Free Zone Enterprise, none other than Miss Jessie Quintilla.
Good day to all of you.
Hello,
Thank you for having me here, Jessie.
Hello.
Thank you. And the guy, the gentleman beside me, is a senior compensation and benefit specialist from Abu Dhabi Polymers or Baruch, who is also part of ADNOC group of companies, none other than Mr. Namer Harb.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Namer.
Hello, Namer. Welcome to the show.
Okay, so employers are actually skimming a lot of CVs every single day. So we are saying that we make sure that ours stand out and we highlight our skills accordingly. So how are we going to do that, and how are you going to help our fellow Filipinos on that matter? Jessie?
Well, I think you really have to make sure that it's very personalized. That's one thing that you have to bear in mind when you're writing your CV. Of course, there's a lot of things that you have to consider, and that I understand we're going to discuss that in more details in the next coming minutes.
Yeah, I agree with Jessie here. Just that there is a set of do's and don'ts in how to put your CV and send it to your future client. So maybe we will go through that and in details and we'll discuss what to do and what not.
Okay, tatagalogin niya ni Ray. Kasi tatagalogin mo siya.
The first thing I have in mind is that is cover letter important or not, or how is it going to be written, for example?
Well, it depends who's the approached client that you're trying to submit your CV to. For headhunters and recruiters, I don't think the cover letter will play a role in that part.
Okay.
Maybe for a direct client, the cover letter, especially if it was personalized cover letter. Don't try to send anything generic because avoid these things. The minute that they will start reading it, they will know that you copied and pasted.
Okay.
There is something that my part also, because we have some viewers there that they wanted to know about the right way to make a beautiful CV. I think for me, you can also copy the style of the CV from friends, right? It's very easy as that. So what can you share about, what more you can share about this thing? Like you can just copy the style, the format of the CV. So what else do we need to do?
Well, as a start or as a header, just start with your name, your most glorified, what do you call it, degree. We will come actually to the objective that comes later.
So you want to say, like, we're designing a template, visually designing it now,
Yes,
right? So
yes.
you're suggesting that it should be the degree first.
Not the degree first, the name first, and then it comes the most demanded degree that you got. For example, you have
Okay.
an MBA.
So you're talking about the header,
Yes,
really
the header
okay.
of the CV, your phone number so that it will be accessible
Contact
immediately to the person. Maybe your address, I don't need to know where do you live exactly in that building, but I need to know whether
Maybe the
you are
city.
If you're in Dubai
exactly
or
in
Abu
Dubai,
Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi,
Yes,
exactly
yeah.
as what Jessie said. And then we come to something that is highly copied in CVs, which is the objective.
Highly copied.
Yeah, highly copied because
Why you said highly copied? What do
The
you mean
HR
by that?
knows that
there-
everyone
just-
copied.
yeah.
I have no idea about that now.
So there's a format that you can tell
Yes.
that, okay, this is a copied
Yeah.
CV.
It amazes me.
Oh, the same words also being written there.
It amazes me how many people or CV writers are what they call it strategic thinker or born leaders
Problem
or
solvers.
superb communication
Yes,
skills.
those are very generic.
These are very generic. Try to write something from your heart. Try to write something where you actually.
Excuse me, what if I'm really that person? You know, I have superb communication skills. I am a good
You know
team
what, Sharon?
player.
I do agree with you.
What if I'm really that? How can we say it's personalized where in fact that from my side it is
Yes.
personalized because I am that. It's just that because we're doing the copy pasting
Yes, exactly.
style, so it seems like it applies to everybody, but it's actually there's like few applicants as well that could resemble that skills, right? Like it's superb communication
Yes,
skills.
Sharon, and you know what, Namer and Jess, right? We can make a very flash information on CV, right? So the point there is that why do we have to do this kind of thing when, fortunately, it is not the CV itself only. Sometimes you have to consider just that it is during the interview, which is very important too. What about you have this beautiful CV information about yourself, but during the interview, what can you say about that, Jess?
Well, I think let's just go backtrack a little bit in terms of the objective and the CV.
Yes.
The main reason for you in preparing the CV is to actually get yourself an interview
Yeah.
schedule.
Okay.
And how are you going to do that plays an important role
Okay.
in making sure that you can actually go there and
Correct.
interview and sell yourself.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why
So
this is the first
yes,
step.
The interviewing skills is another topic which is very, very critical as well. Because
Correct.
you can make your CV very attractive and
Yes.
employers will be begging on you to come. But then when you're there, you're not able to
give justice to that,
on
yeah.
what you've mentioned. So be very careful on what you said. Or you can always
Oh,
copy
there
a
you go, yeah.
format, but be careful that you can always justify what you said on your CV.
My question also here, right, Ray and Sharon, what are the things that especially you are normally looking, yung nag-attract talaga sa inyo? What are the things that you normally very much into that?
Is there a format that you pick up the CV or you receive an email like, oh, this one's interesting. I'm
do
going to
you-
read
yeah,
this.
How do you get this kind of idea na this is the right person that we wanted?
Well,
Do you have that feelings, Namer?
sometimes, well, it can go both ways, especially when you put colors in the CV.
Do you go for looks?
That would be definitely a no-no.
What color?
Too much colors.
What colors?
Yes.
Because it actually depends on the position that you're applying
Yeah,
to.
if you're
Of
applying
course.
for marketing
And
or
if you're
graphic
applying for
designer,
graphic
yes,
designer, it
exactly.
might be applicable, not too much colorful, but
but
the graphic designer might
I've-
be in terms of template
Yes.
or
Yeah, but
format.
I'm a graphic designer, so
Yes.
I've seen CVs, different kind of CVs, but I ignore bright colored CVs.
Yeah, that's what I'm
actually.
saying. It's like it
It's
depends
just-
on the colors as well. But
Yeah.
you, as a graphic designer, you like sell yourself
Avoid.
through that CV, right?
True,
So
true.
that person, even if it's like too much flashy or
Yeah.
it's like you will see, he is really a good graphic designer. However, in terms of professional, like an HR, you're applying for HR or accounting or
It has to be
financial
at least
It
two-tone,
has to
yeah.
be like a professional.
What do you say about
text.
that, Namer?
Well, for graphic designers, for architects,
Particular jobs.
particular
Yes.
jobs, they have a profile.
Okay.
They know how to.
Whoever recruits in that industry will know that this is a regular CV. This person will have a profile
Okay.
that will show the
Links,
projects that he worked
Okay.
on, the images that he drew, whatever. Maybe he's an artist. All these lines, they will have a certain profile that covers mostly whatever have they done or achieved within their career. Then we're talking about the normal ones.
Yeah.
Let's say the regular jobs, the 9 to 5 jobs where he
Correct.
is applying for an admin,
An
a
office-based
nursery,
positions
office-based
or
positions.
executives, yeah.
Even for engineers or people who are working in a plant, there is a certain way or certain format that we, as recruiters, we like to look at. We mentioned earlier the superb communication skills.
Yes.
And how you copied it's fine to copy.
Yeah.
It's fine to follow a Microsoft, for example,
Yes,
templates.
Yeah.
Just make sure that if you're going to write something with a superb communication skills, don't have spelling mistakes. Don't have grammatical mistakes.
That's very important, actually. Yeah. You know, most of the time, the objective of the CV, I normally read some of the CVs that there is this objective thing, which is very common.
Yeah.
Okay, right, Jess?
But we do need that, right? We do need like a short information about
Yes.
you before
You go
the recruiter go through the rest of the
Yeah.
information there, because that
Because
describes.
that gives the first impression. Like
Exactly.
basically, how will I go through the second page maybe, and with all your profile, based on your objective? I mean, who are
Is
you
there-
in the first
Is
place?
there a picture, or for example, you pick up a CV and then the picture is really, really bad, and it's like,
You just
We
Throw
don't
it.
know.
throw it because
There is
The
a tendency
picture?
that
Oh,
you
is
will be
it?
discriminated. This is the reason why I said there's no harm in putting photos on your CV.
Okay.
But make sure that you're not
Is
taking
that-
it from Facebook, or you're just taking it on a selfie. It has to be professional.
Yes.
The bad thing about putting photos on a CV is you invite the tendency for you to be discriminated. Because if I look at it first and then I say, oh my God, the hair is just everywhere, I won't go
so
through
is that
everything.
advisable to put your picture on a CV or not?
In Middle East, it's a practice, but in other countries they don't because of the discrimination. But if
Yeah.
you want to put CV, make sure a photo, make sure that it's presentable, that it looks
For me,
professional.
I would not recommend, but it is okay.
Yeah, it's-
because
it's practice in
for
your
my
I've-
profession,
I've seen plenty.
No, yeah, but based on my profession, I would rather look at the skills because
Yes.
we are in accounting and controlling.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I prefer to see your skills than on your face because
If
like
you're
what
applying
you
for
said-
receptionist, for example, then
But
you
it
need
could
to
be,
make sure.
it could be, right?
Yeah.
But
So it really
in-
depends on what role you're
depends
on
in.
the position.
Do you believe that majority of the CVs that they put, the informations that they put there are all fabricated? Majority?
Yeah,
Is it true?
Not really, but it can be glorified. It can be
Yes,
boosted
that's
up.
my
It
thing.
can be,
But if
pushed
you would
up
rate
a
that
level.
1 to 10, Jess,
In my experience,
Yes.
I would probably say 70% are true.
so
In my
30% are
experience,
not.
yes.
So
It's
may
the job,
gawa lang yung
yes.
iba.
It's the job actually of the recruitment
Okay.
manager to probe that everything that is mentioned in there is actually true.
That's why we are having the HR experts as well, because they know which one is fabricated,
Okay.
really fabricated, and the
Exactly.
ones that could really exemplify their skills to get this interview.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, they are there.
That's what Namer said, it's glorified. So for
Yeah.
example, I am just filing up documents. I'm not going to say in my CV bullet points, filing documents. I would
Okay.
be
Of course.
responsible of ensuring that, all...
Exactly. Of course,
So you
because you
normally
have
put
to.
that in instead of
have
just
to.
the simple bullet
Correct,
points.
correct.
It's better to make it simple than add those.
Not that
flowery-
simple.
Yeah.
Hindi rin simple. It's
And
not
not that
so
simple because as you mentioned, filing documents, because literally that's what you're doing. You
Yes.
file documents. A document controller, for example.
yeah.
Right?
You have to be fair with what you're doing.
Exactly.
You don't want to
It's something you
push
can
it so
justify.
high that it will give the wrong idea,
Yeah.
and at the same time put it so low that when people, when the
Just look
recruiter
at it.
look at it and it's like,
Like as if
he's
nothing.
just doing.
Yeah.
Now you have like some sort of the outsider view of us.
True.
How
Describe.
other companies perceive us or look at us
Okay.
when applying for a job.
Excuse me, but do you have lots of Filipinos in your companies?
Oh, definitely. Come
There
on.
are lots.
In UAE in general, there's a lot of.
Yeah, but in your company in particular, so you can respond to
Yeah,
this.
there is. We are around what 3,500 employees.
Okay, good.
so
Okay,
we have-
responsible. Reply now with
Actually,
conviction.
I wanted us to know,
Yeah.
how do you see us?
Yeah, what's the
Yeah.
perception?
What's the perception of this, because you're other nationality. So we wanted to know, how do you see us?
Well, I can tell you a lot of stories from my previous experiences.
Okay.
But I will just put it up in one or two sentences. First, the level of customer service that comes with Filipinos is the highest. So that's
Wow.
why we
That's
are
good.
talking about that most Filipinos goes for jobs that includes admin jobs, receptionists,
Customer service.
retail, all these kind of industries. Even if the person has bachelor degree in science or bachelor or a degree in nursing, you will find them doing admin jobs,
Administrative
Yeah.
work.
which actually also brings another point where why don't you work in your field? Why don't you work with what you have learned for 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
within your career? Another side is that it also, what is being perceived by others is that, oh, I will give him a job for X amount of money and this person will accept it.
Correct.
We can give that reasons for a lot of things because of, I'm sorry to say, sometimes people come with desperation. Sometimes the person just wants to land a job, extend his visa, and stay in the country, which actually can bring us to another point is that a lot of people don't reach high in their career because they started wrong. Start
Correct,
usually in
sorry.
your field, start in your experience where your passion is. This is where a lot of people here have reached to certain positions because they have been doing what they like and what they want to do in their life and what they learned.
However, because of the competition, actually, you're right. You're absolutely right to what you perceive on the Filipinos. However, we cannot ignore the fact that we Filipinos as well would prefer to have the salary first because we are going to send it at home. I mean, and that is part of it. But he's right in a way where, yes, you have to start right, mga kabayan. I mean, if we want to excel or to level up to a way where other nationalities as well like do, so alam natin dapat kung paano mag-start. Yes, alam po namin na maraming mga competition sa trabaho. I'll speak in Tagalog. And however, maybe you can start trying the best you could because there are other jobs that could somehow reflect or give you a better option. Then maybe that is your way to a higher opportunities as well.
And one thing, siya, since you have said a while ago, Namer, I find it very interesting. You said we started wrong. Can you elaborate more of that, Jess and Namer? Paano yung how we started wrong?
Jessie.
Well, probably I will give it an example of myself.
Before that, I'll just say that I have a friend who's a nurse.
Yes.
She's working for a production part of the publishing company.
Okay.
But she's a nurse, and
Yes.
she's been doing that for
Exactly.
I don't know how long.
Okay.
But I don't see anything wrong on that.
Yes.
Like, for example, in my case, I graduated mass communication major in journalism.
Okay.
And I worked for a broadcasting company for a year.
Yeah.
And then I decided, oh my God, this is not the life I wanted. It's not just all glitz and glamour and fame. Then I moved to Dubai. My first job in Dubai is office //////. I found yes, com. I found the passion in HR because I started hiring, training. When I decided at the very early stage, this is the career I wanted to take, I then started working on it. So I've studied, I've got certifications. I've never applied for any other jobs available except for the career path that I just wanted to take.
Okay.
So just have that focus as to what do you want to do early on in your career and build on it.
Okay, that's right. Because even if you maybe started wrong because of the degree that you
Yes.
have entered in your school days, then it doesn't stop you there.
No.
I mean, like a good example is Jessie, that she then liked the work that she's been to in HR. So she's a graduate of other field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, she continued to do something which is in line on the one that she wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
So which is HR.
But won't it defeat the idea of like you graduated as, say, a mass comm graduate, and then you're working as a, maybe a medical.
Yeah, I
I
like
want to
this
answer. I
question,
feel like I'm one of them.
Can I share also?
Like for example, you're a mass
Yeah.
comm, and then you're in a medical field. Will it defeat the whole situation where we look at your CV? Oh,
I do understand, Ray, because most of the time we started, many people there, they have this degree, bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
But
happened?
unfortunately, when they started doing the same job, they don't
didn't
like
like
it.
it. Yes.
They prefer something different.
Something true.
They just discover themselves in the long run that, hey, I wanted this thing, I wanted this job more than what I have, what my bachelor's degree, that I have. What can you say about that?
There's actually a solution to that, Ray, in terms of that dilemma. So let's just say, for example, you've graduated journalism and you've started working from different roles, for example, but then you've decided, you know what, this is a career I would like to take. When you write your CV, you use what they call the functional CV. The functional CV
okay.
will highlight the transferable skills that you can actually use for the particular
Apart
position.
from
you're
your
applying- yes,
job that you're
exactly.
applying for, yeah.
So that's how you're going to. I'm going to apply for a customer service position, for
Okay.
example. Then on the first part of my CV, I'm not going to put all of the company names. I'll put the functions
Right.
and what are those tasks that I've been doing that
Right.
can relate to the position I'm
Yep.
applying for.
Correct. You focus on that.
How about these guys who walk around and submit CVs?
Submitting CV.
Because nowadays
something
in
that we can
UAE
do?
there are two kinds
None
or
of you
two
encountered.
types of
Many
submission,
Filipinos
right?
here, you know, have
It's
many friends.
either online, sending emails, or walk-in. Are we still allowed to do walk-in here?
Yeah, it is allowed, of course. Nobody will stop you. It's just the fact.
But they're going to throw to the bin? No.
Well,
Yeah, no, Mayor, don't you think that these people who are just giving their CV just like that, informally?
It's just like,
I
oh,
put it
yeah, thank
informally.
you, and then put it in the bin directly.
There is a chance for these people to be hired?
well, the chances are slim.
Okay,
Rather
okay.
than because in my career I have been through a lot of exhibitions where working
Yeah,
in GITEX and
definitely.
GDX, and some people come to you with a CV. Well, I am busy in that stand doing other things. I am busy even in the office doing
Right.
things. What I would suggest is take the business card of that person that you want to send your CV or an email and tell them, I will send you that email. In the email itself, in the body, just mention that
Where you
I
got
saw
it
you yesterday on so and so place,
Ah, okay.
and I would like to submit my CV for a position of that if there is any position.
That somehow reminds the person and
Yeah,
you
with the- yeah,
as
exactly,
well
with
that
the
you
person.
met him. Yeah, that's a good point. Mga kabayan, tandaan niyo po yun.
Huwag mag-submit.
They don't stop you from giving the
Inform-
CV,
you
that
can be
informal
good, it's
CVs.
informal way.
However, yeah, that is a good point. And please get the business card, okay, or the email address. And then from there, you can just send the CV. And like what Mr. Namer said, mention that I saw you yesterday, nakita ko po kayo, and eto po yung CV, baka meron po kayong position for me. So definitely mention you're applying for customer service or receptionist. Be specific right there and then. So baka sakali.
Is it okay that to hand over your CV sa mga securities lang? Kasi normally, di ba, I remember, I have so many friends. They just go to the, sa mga security.
My friend.
What do you call this place? Like, for example,
Ginawa ni
sa
Ray yun eh.
office.
Yes.
Tapos sa baba,
Yeah.
they just hand over their CV to the security. They said, okay, would you mind to help me out, to hand over my CV to some company?
I wouldn't suggest
It's okay.
that. Yeah, no, it's not okay for
Sayang,
another guy
sayang.
like
Sa kabayan,
you.
don't do that.
Because one thing is that, as Namer mentioned, we're just too busy to run through the CVs. Now, we are in a very high technology. We do a lot of keyword search on the website. So if you actually upload your CV, the best thing for you, my tip is, if you are hunting for a job, if you're going to a building, for example, find the names of the companies that you're interested in, and then research. Go to their website. They always have a career page where you can upload the CV.
Then submit your CV
And
there.
submit your CV there.
Yes,
And then
correct.
if you are really resourceful enough, try to find the name of the HR person. Because if you address it directly to the HR person, it shows that you've actually researched and done your job than just like disseminating all the CVs. And we always refrain people from submitting generic CVs. That's what Namer mentioned earlier. It's just dear all, for example, for everything. It really discourages
Yes.
employers. So make sure that you've done your research. Find, try to call, see what are the available vacancies. Look on the websites, and then target the positions that you would like to apply. Now, I do understand for our kabayans, it comes with desperation sometimes.
Sometimes they hand over the CV to their friends only.
Because you just wanted to disseminate it because you're out of job, you wanted to have a
Yes.
visa, you're running out of money. So it comes out of desperation. So one thing that you have to make sure is be prepared. Be prepared. Whenever you are deciding to
Research.
go to Dubai, as much as you can, equip yourself. This is what we call the life-saving skills that will actually help you in the next coming months to learn for a good job.
What's an ideal CV that you would look at?
Yes, that's one. We wanted to know about that.
Namer.
Well, as a ex-recruiter, it used to take me 10 seconds
Ooh.
To run
to
through.
go through
Yeah, true,
Okay, that's really
CVs.
short.
That's very short.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why I would recommend you to put the keywords that goes with the job. For an example, an account manager position, and then you'll find a lot of accountants applying for the job.
Right.
These guys are finance, account manager is a sales guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
there you
Make
go.
sure that when you're applying for the right position. Don't waste the recruiter's time and looking at it, because he will just takes him 10 seconds to go through your CV. If he doesn't find the keywords
True.
what just mentioned,
true. Yep.
that will trigger, yes, I want the CV here. No, I don't want the CV there.
Yes, true.
And I will file it in that way. If within the 10 seconds I found the word, I will spend another maybe 30 seconds to go through, okay, yeah, this guy really is the one that I'm looking for. This guy is the person that I'm going to shortlist him or long list him and then shortlist through the bunch. Because when you are posting one position and you're receiving 500 or 600 CVs, it's really a hard time to go through every
You don't
CV
want to
and
spend
read
your
everything.
time
you
for
know.
that.
You have a 10 seconds to impress the
impress it.
the employer,
For
right?
me,
For the
for me,
second-
what
Yeah.
stands out to me the most in terms
Yes.
of CV is that,
Okay.
because I'm very visual. So I need to
Okay.
make sure that when I open the CV, it looks neat and clean. And then the second thing is, the keywords is what we call the familiar words in our brain. So if I am looking for account manager, these are the words I would like to find. Once I have that, I look at, does the person have the contact details? Is it properly laid out in terms of reverse chronological order type of experience?
Okay.
Do we have the right company name? And then are the skills or tasks that have been taken, or responsibilities are laid out properly? Are there any grammatical mistakes? Do we have the required qualifications that I was looking for? So that's where then you go through each of the
Correct.
detail. But the first one for me
If
is
you
to look-
manage to, like,
exactly.
this
This
is
is
the
the one I
guy.
wanted. Let me just
Right.
go through each of the points.
How do you describe neat and clean CV?
I would say
Paano
the
yun?
font
How's it?
size, font color.
Okay.
You
I'm
just
sorry,
use
yeah.
what
I just
colors-
hate Times Roman. I just don't like it. It looks so typewriter to me. You know what I mean? Like I would go for Arial,
Arial, yeah.
Calibre or Verdana, and then please don't
Helvetica.
make it
Color.
too small or too big. So a font size of probably 10
Yeah.
Between
is
10
a
and
good
11.
read.
And then
for
you can
me.
highlight
You
like
bold,
11
exactly. And then you
something.
bold or you highlight the things that are important, like qualifications or
And the color is
company
black,
names.
just black.
I'm
Plain
okay with two tones. It
Okay.
could be
Black
like
and gray?
black and other colors of black and blue or anything, but at least two tones.
Not black and pink. Yeah?
It
depends.
If you like something green, he loves
The
pink.
work is in Rio Company. Black and pink.
He loves pink. Any
So-
final words from
Yes,
our
Namer.
guest?
And Jess?
Well, let's put it this way: be true in whatever you're writing in the CV. It's very easy nowadays to check qualifications, to check experience. The social media will allow the employer to look through that. Avoid putting certain pictures that you might regret later because the employer did check on certain websites like LinkedIn, Facebook,
Yes.
Instagram, all these kind of
Sure.
things. Guys, we are in that world as well, and we do check these things. So
Correct.
make sure that everything is proper.
First thing first is look at what do you wanted to do in life, and then do your research. Be resourceful. Always personalize your CVs. Don't ever send generic. And then once you've already identified what you would like to do, please try to do something to improve. It's personal development. It's a continuous development. Always study. Find a mentor,
Yeah.
find a coach, get someone to refer you to their companies because that's the best way to land a job.
Okay, thank you,
Thank
Jessie.
you.
Thank you, Namer.
you,
And of
guys.
course, sa ating pong sa mga kababayan po natin, so never stop like sending out your CVs, but make sure that you know what you want and you plan it ahead. As we mentioned before, failing to plan, it means planning to fail. So make sure you get to the next stage, and CV makes a difference. So, good luck po sa mga applicants. And if you have any questions or more questions that you would like to ask us, please feel free to send us an email or add us on Facebook and send it all of us, and we're going to get our experts to respond to those questions. And if you have any more stories to tell, you're just watching Pinoy After Hours. Thank you.
Thank you.